there were three groups of people here. As you unpack this in verse 11. Now, while they were on their way, in verse 11, some of the guard. Do you know who the guard were? They would have been the Roman soldiers that had just finished murdering him. I can imagine that the commander of the legion probably said, hey guys, y'all want to get some overtime? I know you've been busy and we had this crucifixion, but I need a few of you to stand down there by the rock and make sure they don't come and steal him. And I can imagine they said, hey, yeah, we'll do that. And there was Roman soldiers, so that's one group. They were his enemies. They were the ones that actually drove the nails through. Can you imagine feeling the tendons of a man as you drive the nails through his legs and arms? They were his enemies. They were masters of crucifixion. They knew exactly what they were doing. That's the first group. And then there was another group. Watch this. While they were on the way, some of the guard came. That's group number one. Into the city and reported to group number two, the chief priest. That would be the preachers. That would be the leaders of the Sanhedrin. The ones who said he has to die. He cannot live. He says he's God. By the way, he is God. But he says he's God, he has to die. He's infringing on our intelligence. Brethren, let me help you out here. Any time that you go against what the Word of God says, it makes not you look intelligent, you look ignorant. And they looked ignorant. They realized something had happened here and it was no going back. The toothpaste was out of the tube. And so they had to do something. Here's one group, his enemies. Here's another group, the preachers, the Sanhedrin. And watch what happens. And when they had assembled with the elders and consulted together, they came up with a plan. They gave a large sum of money to the soldiers. You say, what are the three groups? The soldiers, the preachers, and the women and apostles. So how do we prove that this happened? Well, if you ask me something about my daughter sitting here, and I don't really know that she did that, you're like, man, she sang this beautiful song. It was beautiful, beautiful. And I didn't hear her sing it. I'm just going to take the high road and say, man, she sings like a bird. But I didn't hear her sing it. You see what I'm saying? I love her, so I'm going to advocate her. So the women and the apostles, that's really not good proof because they love him. Over 500 people saw him. They loved him, so we won't use that group. Then you've got the preachers or the Sanhedrin, the elders of the church. We won't use them because they knew what they should have done and they didn't do it. They knew that he was the Messiah. You say, give me an example. Can you say Nicodemus? They knew there was something supernatural about this man, but they let him die. We won't use that group. We'll go to the last group, which were his enemies, which were the soldiers. Now watch this. Here's the plan. We're going to take a large sum of money. Look at that. Look at me. Verse 12. Where do you think that money came from? We're talking about preachers. They're using church money to cover up the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Makes me want to lose what's in my stomach right now. You say, how could they do that? How could the leaders of the church take church money and cover up the truth? Let me help you. It's being done every day in our churches.